Hello friends, good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel. This is Ayosemi, your friend. And thank you for always liking, sharing and subscribing to my channel. Please continue to do so. Thank you. So today we are going to be talking about the UK migrants and the challenges they face when they get to the UK. The first class of migrants I'm going to talk about is the healthcare assistants. The healthcare assistants most times come here to work either in care homes or as living carers. And the salary for the healthcare assistants is actually the basic minimum wage. The minimum wage, the basic salary is the minimum wage. And so a lot of healthcare assistants who have very, very high expectations before coming to the UK, they get here and realize that they are being paid minimum wage. And when they look at the bills, the cost of their rent, council tax, water bill, phone bills, and every other what have yous, and the bills they send home too, when they look at everything, they realize that it's a little bit short of their expectations. And another thing is, because they came on a sponsorship visa, the employers can also, in a way, try to exploit them. Some employers exploit healthcare assistants when they come here. Either they use them like a dirty rag, they make sure, because they are being sponsored, they make sure that they do every shift available. In fact, I recently spoke to two of my friends. One of them said she came from Nigeria as a living carer, and her first 6 months, her first 3 months now, she worked 6 days out of 7 days. And guess what? The employer was still telling her that she had not fulfilled all her hours. So the 7th day, she normally does half day on the 7th day. I mean, that is so not right. That's not what those employers told the Home Office that they'll be doing to them when they get here. It's just so wrong. And that's what some people face when they get here. But even the nice ones, when they are short, when the rota is short, when someone calls in sick, which is the usual practice of some people, to call in sick when they have a party to attend, they call in sick when they have other things to do, then you that are being sponsored, they will be the ones to be called in, regardless of their own plans. The employers will call them to come and do the shift, regardless of their own plan. In fact, regardless of the shifts they've done before. In fact, that has happened to me before, even despite the fact that I'm a nurse. That has happened to me before. Though I left the place. Like, really, I can't come here and be taking this nonsense from you guys here. I left. But so a lot of these healthcare assistants get here and they are being used like that, which is wrong, very, very wrong. But everybody is looking at the 5 years. After 5 years, I'll get my ILR. I can do whatever I want. And then they take a lot of things from the employers. It's also very wrong. So that is for the healthcare assistants. And then a lot of people also want to, now I'm in the UK. The expectations of the people at home, their own expectations, everything joined together, they want to overwork themselves. And so that leads to a lot of things, a whole lot of things. And at the end of the day, the expectations will be unmet. So that is, those are some of the challenges healthcare assistants face when they get here. Being exploited, not even getting paid commensurate to the work they do. Being exploited and, the unmet expectations and everything, trying to work too hard. Some of them work 6 days, 7 days out of 7. No, it's wrong, but they do it a lot just to meet some of their expectations, to catch up with the bills here and then bills at home. So that's that about the healthcare assistant. Now I'm going to move to students. Now, for students who come here to study, they know that they are only allowed to work 20 hours. 20 hours is nothing. 20 hours of work a week is nothing. Unless you have some treasure chest somewhere at home, or you are a rich person, then you know that you need more than that to survive in this place. So there's this temptation of working more than 20 hours, and that is a trap. That is totally not acceptable. If you are caught, and then they may not even say anything. The system will know that you're working more than 20 hours. The system will know you're working more than 20 hours. They will not say anything. And then, like the case of someone who traveled home and was coming back, at the port of entry, they said, "Oh, you're a student?" "Yes, I'm a student." "Oh, where do you work?" Told them. "How many hours a week do you work?" I only work 20 hours. Okay. The immigration officer just went in, made a call through to the employer and asked, "This person is your employee?" Said yes. "How many hours a week did he work last month?" Of course, it's on the payroll. And then they denied him entry back into the UK right at that point. They told him he has violated the requirement for a student's visa. So he was denied entry back into the UK. I mean, can you imagine that? And he's paid, he's paid his fees, he's done. It's just a very, very sad thing. So that is one of the challenges being faced by students. Another thing is, if you're a married person, if you're married as a student, I'll advise you, let your wife be the student, then the husband should be the dependent. Now, this works better than when the husband is the student and the wife is the dependent. So men's ego will not allow them to do this thing I'm telling you, but it always tells how. When you're a student, you are limited to 20 hours per week, but your partner has unlimited working hours. Your partner can work 7 days out of 7 days if they want. If the man is the dependent, the man can hustle. He can go about doing all sorts. It's his family anyway. He can go about working. Like I had a friend. He was working. We met somewhere, at work, at one workplace. And the guy was walking like a horse. But then his wife was in school. It was just a 1-year program. They had something in view. At the end of September, by the end of August rather, she'll be done with school. And guess what? The guy worked so hard that he got a sponsorship. He got a job, a care job with sponsorship. And because he's worked very hard for that company, they gave him sponsorship. So even before the wife finished school, the guy already got a job with sponsorship. The wife, after finishing school, will even not be under any pressure to look for a job with sponsorship. She will just finish school, look for a normal job, because her husband is already on sponsorship. And then the family is sorted out. But if you are the student as a man, you can only work 20 hours. And your wife is left to be the one to work unlimited hours. Tell me, do you have children or do you not have children? Let's now assume that you don't have children. How many hours can a woman work? Will you ask the woman to be working more than 36 hours per week, 36, 38 hours per week? It's not possible. The work here in the UK is not like the work elsewhere. You really work for every dime that you earn in this country. So my own advice is, as students, if you are married, let your wife be the student while you are the dependent. between all of that, you take care of your children, you get a good job afterwards, and then you'll be sorted. So that's the issue of trying to make a proper living in the UK and then overworking your hours is one major issue that faces students in this country. So that's that about students. If you are here or if you're coming here on a student visa, just have that at the back of your mind, and then you have to know that you would work really, really, really hard. It's not small, it's not yam, it's not child's play. You work hard. You have to combine your studies with the little hours of work that you can do, and you can't afford to slack. So that's that about the students. So I've talked about the healthcare assistants when they come, the challenges they face. I've talked about the students, the challenges they face when they come. And then another thing is, for students as well, after paying your school fees, know that you have to pay for accommodation, feeding, at least for the first 3 to 4 months. You need the money to survive in this place. Don't think you would get here today and get a job next week. No, it doesn't work like that. You may stay 6 weeks without getting a job. There are jobs, but there are also processes to follow before you can get a job. There are things that have to be in place before you can get a job. In fact, sometimes you will have gotten the job. They'll tell you, oh, you've done the interview, you've passed. But before you start, the processes, the things that have to be done, and because you are new in the country, a lot of things need to be done before you can now actually start. My advice, have enough money to survive for at least 3 to 4 months. And then your accommodation fee. Guys, just try before you come. As you're looking for school fees, also look for all those money. Don't think that when you get to the UK it's going to be easy. No, it's not easy. Be prepared for that. It's not easy. So may God help us all. Now, I'm now going to go. Sorry, before I leave the issue of students, then when you now finish school, you don't want to go back to Nigeria, of course not. No. I mean, who wants to come here, spend millions of naira on school fees, thousands of pounds, and then after that, you go back to Nigeria to go and work with federal government? Nobody wants to do that. So most people want to, unless you are here, maybe you want to further your political ambition, you want to solidify your stance, maybe in your company in Nigeria, maybe you're working for a multinational. But most people who come here, who hustle to come here as students, they came so that their family can have a foundation, so that their family can have settlement status in this country. That's why they came. And if you are here based on those factors, when you finish school, then you start searching for a job that will offer you sponsorship. That sponsorship is what allows you to stay and work in this country. Luckily now, the post-study visa thing has been extended, I think, to 2 years now. So you can stay and work for 2 years and look for a job, for 2 years after you have done your studies. That one, you also have to save for it. You also have to save for that one. So it's not easy coming here as a student. But see, people have done it. People are still doing it. And with determination, with planning. And not that you start eating takeout. Not that you start feeling like, okay, you have arrived in the UK now, you can do anything. No, the moment you are able to cut your clothes according to the size of your material, then you'll be fine. And also let the people at home understand what's up. Don't put yourself under undue pressure. So that's that about students. And for tier 2 workers, nurses, doctors, and people in IT, and every other group of people who get jobs straight from Nigeria here. Usually when they come in, accommodation is not a problem. The employers give them accommodation. The employers provide at least for 1 month. So you are able to work, and then, you know, to be able to meet up with your needs. So I'll use nurses now as a case study. So for nurses, you come in, you'll be fine with accommodation, feeding shouldn't be a problem, and then, you know, like that. The challenges that nurses face typically is, number one, at the workplace. Excuse me. At the workplaces, whether you work in the NHS or you work in the nursing homes, care homes, it's all the same. See, the healthcare assistants in those workplaces really may not be the friendliest people you would work with. Those issues come up everywhere. Every nurse complains about it. You know, when you're trying to say this is the right thing to do, they look at you like, no, we've been working here for 20 years. You can't come in from Africa and tell us what to do. But the truth is, you are the nurse. You are the qualified one. So with wisdom, you can deal with them. But it takes a lot. Just prepare your mind. You're not coming. They may, at first, they will laugh at you. They will laugh with you. They will hear all your life stories. Gossip. Just know that within 5 minutes, everybody in the home knows everything about you. So be wise. When you're coming, don't be loose-mouthed. Oh, do you have children? Yes, of course. How many are there? In my country, we don't tell people how many children. We don't count our children in my country. It's a taboo. Simple. You know, just be wise. Don't give out too much information about yourself in your work environment. Be very professional at all times. As in this, I cannot overemphasize this. Be professional in all your utterances at all times. Don't think someone is your friend so much that, oh, you can now tell the person that, I think people here are racist. No, you can't. You can't say things like that. Always be guarded in your utterances. Because you'll be surprised. When they report you to the manager or whoever, the unit leader, they have proof. And you'll be there looking like groundnuts. You can't do that. You can't be caught in 4D like that. So please, let's be careful the information we leave out there with people, and then at all times, be professional. Don't lose your respect and dignity as nurses because you want to please people who did not go to school. Don't. Know what you are doing. Back up your actions. Know what you are doing at all times, and always document. Never ever forget to document. So that's the issue nurses usually have at workplaces. Then the family relationship wise, loads of nurses, some nurses, not loads, some nurses have issues, you know, with their partners, with their husband, with their wives, you know, when they come to the UK. Because see, your partner, as long as your partner is not a nurse, they are most likely going to be working in care as a carer. And I know some nurses that the wife is a nurse, the husband is a carer. But apparently, things in their home must be quite stable, such that the husband is not feeling less than the wife, and the husband doesn't even have inferiority complex. The wife doesn't feel higher than the husband. So somehow, I see that these people have a good relationship, at least outside, from what we can see. But you see, for those who are not guarded, who are not prepared, your husband that is an engineer, no, let me not use engineer. Engineers will get a job in this country the moment they are able to, you know, get their transcripts, you know, get their transcripts and certificates converted, or, you know, NARIC thing, you know. But there are some professions that once they get here, they are going to be working in care, because that's the only place that there will be jobs around, you know, and that is paying at least. So guys, be guarded. Don't allow your work spoil the relationship that you have with your spouses. Let's let everybody be calm-headed. The husband, so inferiority complex, don't get caught up in that. You guys have been fine before. you decided to come for your children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren's sake, for their stability, for their future. Look at that and don't start feeling like I was a banker in Nigeria. Here, there's no bank that we don't even go to physical banks. Since I came here, I've opened my account how many years now? I've not gone physically to the bank. For what? So there's no banker here. And I was a manager, bank manager. Oh, now I'm working in care. You're now making me feel like, guys, let's do this thing softly. We nurses too, let's be soft. So that, what is good will not allow what is good to spoil other good things for us. That is the translation in English. So guys, these are some of the challenges we face as nurses. Another thing is the pressure from home. If you're not careful, you will say, she's a nurse in the UK. Oh, my daughter, she's a nurse in the UK. She can solve all the problems of this world. No. You're earning per hour. You know how much you're earning. And that's why a lot of nurses, they are working like they want to die. Some nurses, you see them. They've aged. Why? Within 2 years that you go to this UK, you look like a grandma already. Because the work is not an easy thing. There's no easy work in this UK. You work with your brain, with your body. And then you do that work. Sometimes some people do it on the regular 5 times a week. It's too much. It is killing. 5 times a week regularly will kill you if you're not careful. And what it even kills is more than, it's not just the physical dying that you sleep and then they need to do CPR. That's not it. In most cases, it kills every other, you can't even rest. You can't have any relationship with anybody. Nobody who can sustain a relationship on 2 days of, you can't, you're already, by the 5th day, you're already gone. And then just 2 days, you're back again on a 5-day. So it's not advisable. Let's be taking it easy. Even if you are owing debt, even Nigeria owes debt. Even this UK is owing some people, World Bank or something. Let's space yourself. If you are owing people, tell them, I beg, make no vex. Be paying in bits. Don't say you want to go and be building a house in Nigeria. Don't say you want to go and be building a house in Nigeria. Guys, I'm not saying don't build a house in Nigeria, but not within 2 years that you're here. Take it easy. Don't put yourself under pressure of, hey, I want to go and do this, I want to do this. Be taking it easy, you guys. Let's be taking it easy. So these are the things. Let people at home understand that you need at least 2 years here to stabilize, so that you don't hurt yourself, you don't hurt your family. So that it's not your dead body you will not carry to go and meet them in Nigeria. May it not happen to us in Jesus' name. But guys, you need to be aware of these challenges that people face. Different classes of people that come here face these challenges. And these are some of them. I've not even talked about everything. But these are some of the main and major challenges that people face. So please be aware. And thank you for listening. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And please turn on your notifications so that you will know when the next video drops from me. Thank you. Bye.